Well, over the years, the world has watched as America has lurched from one crisis to another, and it's led a lot of people to question America's role in the world today. Well, while we were down here, we took a look into America's past for some clues about its future. From its beginning, America was the uncertain country, a unique experiment with no guarantees of survival. It was tested early by two very different visions of what it should be, a unified country or a loose confederation. The Confederacy, an idea that unleashed the ultimate test, civil war. The idea of America was almost lost in that crucible of death, but that was reborn as a nation forged in the blood of that conflict. America had been tested and it survived. Within 30 years, it became that shining city on a hill for millions of immigrants. And within the lifetime of the survivors of Gettysburg, it walked the world stage for the first time as an emerging superpower in World War I.
Brother, can you spare a dime?
But the American experiment would be tested again. The Great Depression. In the words of FDR, 1/3 of Americans ill-housed, ill-clad, ill-nourished. America had to summon its spirit.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
The uncertain country experimented again with a New Deal. Within 10 years, the unique spirit of the country lifted it once again, and it became the critical element of victory. And 20 years later, it was reaching for the stars.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
The American experiment was nearly torn apart in the 60s and 70s.
Carry it on.
Its tolerance was tested.
And I've seen the promised land.
And its reputation assailed around the world. It wasn't until the 1980s that it found a new voice.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
20 years after that, the American experiment was not just tested, but it was attacked. And a whole country briefly spoke as one.
Even 7,000 miles away, you will not escape the justice of this nation.
Today, America stands at another moment of testing. Its greatest city is reeling from disaster, and in its towns and cities, reminders of the cost of conflict, and everywhere, signs of the economic crisis. The road ahead is indeed dark. In a matter of months, a fiscal cliff of government debt threatens millions of jobs, and with it the very contract of trust between the people and its government. Around the world, people are beginning to write off America as a spent empire. Whoever occupies the White House will have to confront the threat to this grand American experiment, this uncertain country. But betting against America has never paid off. To look into the heart of America, to talk to Americans, to look into their eyes, shows that in its more than 230 years, one certainty has emerged. America won't give up on its great experiment.